Alrighty, now all the Neanderthals are gone and the people with the brain cells are still here with us. AFL family, what is happening? It is finally here. AFL opening round. I'm excited. I'm horny. I was in the Oval just the other day kicking set shots from the boundary.
Yep.
Didn't miss one, Frank, or as you know, never have missed. How are you feeling coming into the AFL season, mate? Obviously, we're here in Melbourne.
Yeah.
The temperature's starting to drop ever so slightly in the mornings. It's a little bit darker.
Yep.
But it isn't dark in the Dribble Sports studio. We are ready and horny for the AFL season.
No, I'm excited. Opening round, still have no idea why they do opening round. Like, I honestly, it's not like they go anywhere special or go to Vegas.
We were busting each other's balls before going like how NRL have all these pin-up ideas, and it's obviously me more so, probably I play footy, so it's like AFL, I take that probably more serious than NRL when Souths aren't winning.
Yeah.
But it's like, NRL's gone to Vegas, AFL, what can we do? Here's a bombshell an idea, you're going to love this. Let's get North Melbourne and Collingwood's VFL team to go to Ballarat, and we'll play at a fucking goat track surrounded by construction sites. We'll get 100 people there. I think it's going to be... Honestly, how hard was that watching NRL Vegas on one screen and then North Collingwood in a one-point snooze fest? Mind you, it's probably a whole lot of the year for North Melbourne.
Yeah.
Collingwood fans are up in uproars because their team didn't win. They're on a huge decline. I mean, can we take anything away from that trial, you reckon, or is that just a fucking nothing?
Nah,
they played nobody.
Probably not.
Outside of McCreary and Quaynor, there was just literally their VFL team.
Probably not. Probably can't put too much into it. But I will say, it was good to see footy back. I have been enjoying watching the preseason matches and just seeing, where certain people are going to be played. Like, for example, St Kilda looks like they're pushing Naz a bit high, which I love.
How about the rule changes? That's what I'm fucking trying to keep up with.
Let's touch on a couple of them.
Let's
touch on a couple of them. I've listed a few of them. So, last disposal out of bounds, that's like if it goes into the other team's 50 and goes out, they get to kick it in.
Okay, so if I'm running into the 50
you kick,
and I handball out.
I don't know the handball, but if it goes out without being touched from an opposition player, the other team gets to slingshot it back.
Okay, I'm sorry because you might not even be 100% with these. I'm sorry for asking the questions. If I kick the ball and you smother it out,
no, it can't be touched.
Can't be touched. Can't be stopped.
Can't
be touched. Can't be.
Yeah, it's more just if it doesn't get touched.
Okay.
It's effectively the deliberate rule.
Okay.
But like without the deliberate.
So basically,
so it's nothing like the deliberate rule.
So to match the NRL, rather than make rules more simple, we've made them harder. So again, the Neanderthals in Sydney are going like, what the fuck's a ruck?
So that's one of them. The other one, the rucks can't cross the centre line before the ball bounces.
I've seen a few of highlights of that from the preseason. I still can't make sense of it.
It's going to be funny. Like, I saw Grundy sort of bait one of the players. He goes like this.
Is that to stop the tunnelers?
Yeah, I think it's to stop. Yes,
to stop the blokes who don't jump.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Lockie Ryan, if you're fucking listening,
this could be your rule.
You are officially a top 20 ruckman.
Yeah, exactly right. It'll be interesting to see if it changes much. I don't know.
Yep.
Another one is they don't need, when there is a centre bounce, you don't have to have a player in the goal square anymore.
That was the dumbest rule ever.
Yeah,
we're playing park footy. That never made sense.
Yeah. They're going to crack down apparently on the shrugging in tackles. So Nick Watson might be out of a job.
Yeah.
He might be fucked.
These ones.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yep.
A bit of theatre, and then instead of a substitute, you can now have 5 on the bench. So
love that rule.
Love that rule also.
Absolutely love that rule. Rather than have these blokes come in and potentially play,
or make their debut off the fucking sub bench.
That's right, and then fucking not play and then go play VFL the next day. Like,
or Logan Morris. Fucking remember last year when he had like 3 Big Macs and then had to play again?
Ridiculous, eh?
Yeah, I think it's a good move.
For sure.
You effectively had 5 on the bench anyway, so make it legal and it's all fair and
it's just going to be more fast-paced action.
Yeah, I like it.
I
like that one. So it'll be interesting to see how these age. But yeah, let's talk. Let's get into... let's get into the round.
I mean, we can get to the games, but this is going to lead in perfectly because we've got a game of the round, and it's going to be, for the both of us, I'd imagine, game of the week.
Yeah, same for me.
Alrighty, the game of the week this week in the AFL for the Dribble Sport boys, and I mean, it's opening round. There's fucking 4 games to choose from.
Yep.
It's the Swans and the Carlton Blues. Sydney in Sydney. Mm-hmm. A lot of people... not including myself, so this is unbiased, have Sydney
as always
as a top 4 side. I heard it today. Dill Buckley, Brett Deledio have Swans top 4, so a couple of experts.
I've seen a lot of people taking Swans for the flag at $10 or so. Like people seem to think they're going to be good this year and look like value.
Yep.
So I like it.
The no-brainer headline obviously is Charlie Kerner against his old side.
Exactly.
In Sydney. Sydney finally get their marquee forward.
Haywood. Don't forget Haywood. Don't forget Florent.
That's right.
There's a lot of crossover.
For sure.
It's definitely the most intriguing match of the round, in my opinion. Like, there's just a bit more on the line than the other games. Like, not to say that the Suns Cats won't be good. The Lions Doggies probably be a good game. This one just has a little bit more in it. Carlton have come out and said, we're going to go hard. This is a bit of a G-up match.
Fucking year.
Like, what do you think? Sydney's going to come into this soft? Of course you're going to be up for this match.
Absolutely
Everyone
not.
knows what this match is going to be.
And typical Carlton, they've already got 5 or 6 players that are out with question marks. No Adam Chera. Jacob Wiedering still a question mark in regards to his concussion.
Yeah, he probably will play.
Jacob Smith, though, for Carlton will make his debut, and he has been a superstar in the preseason.
Well, let's see what he does if fucking James Jordan goes and puts him in his pocket, mate.
Bang.
Who's it going to be?
Beat me to it.
Who's it going to be?
There goes my next point, so thank you for that,
Sorry,
Frank.
I didn't see that on there. But
no, that's good. I've got a little bit of side notes thing here.
Is it going to be Sam Walsh? Is it going to be Cripper? Who gives a shit? Whoever James Jordan goes to, get in the pocket because you're going to have a quiet night.
Hey, but guess what? You can't get the fucking ball if your ruckman doesn't win a tap. And Grundy's going to get tap, Goulden, Curnow. Tap, Goulden, Curnow. Tap, Heaney, Curnow.
I'm saying this. Grundy was one of the most underrated players in the whole competition last year. I don't give a shit what anyone says.
He is so good, man.
Bro, he was easily a top 5 ruckman and no one ever talked about him.
Mate,
he had a great year.
Flashback 5 years ago, he was the top ruckman in the comp when he was with Collingwood.
Yep.
I don't know if he was in the flag winning team. It seems a bit early for that, but he was sensational. Almost went to Melbourne, pretty much like the 2-man ruck at Melbourne, never worked with him in Gorney. Almost fell off the face of the earth. Had a lifeline, came to Sydney. In the last 2 years, he's been great.
I've loved him.
I mean, he'll be marching straight from Mardi Gras, straight to the SCG from Thursday night.
Yep.
I'm telling you right now, he is going to be man of the match.
And all the lefties will be stoked because I read this morning, Qatar Airways done with the Swans. Their partnership is finished.
Really?
So all the lefties will be cheering.
Wow.
We can get maybe some more rainbow flags on our jersey or, some places that don't have human rights violations maybe.
Sure.
And maybe we can just, it will all work.
Maybe we can just go to the footy to watch the footy this year.
Maybe that makes a bit of sense. But I'm really up for this game this week.
Yep.
I'm all about it. I think it's going to be high intensity.
Yep.
I'm curious to see how Curnow looks in the red and white. Probably pretty sexy and see who goes to him. Has to be Wiedering if he plays.
I'd say so, yeah. I dare say you're probably going to get the attraction from 2 players. I mean, no team knows Charlie Curnow better than the Carlton Blues, so I reckon there'll be some sort of fucking, at the start of the game, they might sit one back on him or sit in front of him as well.
But if he doesn't play, I was trying to think who goes to him, and I don't really know who it is.
That's the thing. That's the headline.
Is it going to be McGovern? He's going to sit on his fucking head if it is.
So. I think they're just going to try and, on a small ground, they're just going to sit blokes in front of him, probably put one, the biggest defender on him, man on man, and then sit one in front. But again, if Carlton spend too much time focusing on Curnow, they're not going to worry about their own game. In Sydney, they're just going to do what they do at Sydney and just play that whirlpool footy and just fucking...
You can focus on Curnow and then it just opens up the other forwards to just be even better with that delivery from the midfield.
Yep.
So
it's the year of the smalls this year. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, it could be.
Rojas is going to have a great season for Sydney.
I think Rosas is going to look very, very
Rojas
good.
or Rosas?
I think it's Rosas Jr.
Sure.
But I think he's going to look good too. I like that. And who better to learn off than Todd Papley?
Yep.
As the smalls. So
can't wait to see what he does.
Who got winning the match?
I've got Sydney winning. They're hard to beat in Sydney, and I don't think they're going to slide much this year. Carlton, because obviously they weren't that great last year, but I just think they're in for a tough year with injuries and depth, and I just think they're going to... I've got them for 7 or 8 wins this year. Honestly, not a great year for Carlton in my perspective.
Yeah, first game of the year. I kind of think it'll be relatively close. I don't think it'll be a blowout. I fucking hope it's a blowout.
At the MCG, I'd be a bit more confident in Carlton just because it'd probably be 100,000 people that feel it out just because the footy's back.
Yeah.
But Sydney is going to be full of Swans fans. Tough game round 1 to go to Sydney and win.
I agree.
Fully fit Sydney too.
Yeah, especially with some, a new list and some roster changes for
and
Carlton.
Imagine how excited you are as a Swans player to have all your gun players back for round 1.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great match, and I think the Swans win probably by 4 to 5 goals.
Yep.
But it's competitive through 3 quarters. Swans pull away at the end. That's what I see happening.
Love that.
Now let's talk biggest off-season team hype.
Yes.
I think we agree again for this.
Yeah.
It has to be the Gold Coast Suns.
For sure. I mean, like I said, it's pre-round 1, so we can still discuss this thing, but obviously they've made probably the best signing financially in AFL history, getting Jamara for fucking a bag of chips and a can of Coke.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be their third tall option, which is a dream for
Highest
a
paid
tall
player.
forward. I'm telling you, they're going to be... That is a dream for a tall forward, not being the key or the second key, because they're going to have bigger bodies than Jamar in that forward line. They're going to require taller forwards.
Yeah.
He's like the perfect mix of a tall, small, and a small, tall.
It's interesting. I watched their preseason. They played Brizzy in the whatever preseason game.
Yep.
I was going to say the Q Cup. It's obviously not the Q Cup. He definitely looked unfit. I'll say that he definitely didn't look fully match fit, which probably is to be expected, maybe.
Yeah.
But like if you have a good preseason, it's probably not. Anyway.
Yep.
But they look good, man. They move the ball out of the middle really, really well. Not Max King. Ben King looks good.
Yeah.
He looks good, man. I think
Keep him
he's
fucking
in for a
fit.
Coleman potential year, to be honest.
for sure.
If he can get delivery, which he will.
Let's riddle off some names.
I
Rao, Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
Petrarca.
Yep.
I mean, if that's your delivery line, your hotline.
Yeah. Even Bailey Humphrey had a pretty good year in the midfield last year, and he can play small as well. But he was good last year. I'm trying to think who else they got in that midfield. I mean, you said the big names there. It's hard to see.
Who's their ruckman? Is it Jared Witt?
It's Witsy and Ethan Reed can play there, can double up.
Yeah.
There's a couple of guys.
They're going to be hard to beat.
They are. They look good. I think they have to be the team to watch. They got a lot of hype on them. So let's see what they deliver. Anything else you want to touch on before we get into the round?
I mean, we just talked about having a bit of preseason hype. Let's talk maybe on the other end of the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
Who is your team in 2026 that you think will slide the most? Not the worst team. I mean, last week we might have already wrapped this one up by mentioning Port Adelaide. Where did Port Adelaide finish? They finished about... They did make the 8s. Technically, it's not a big slide.
It's not a huge slide. I'll give you two.
Two? You got two?
Yeah, I'll give you two because I can't settle on one.
Go for it.
One, I think Collingwood. I just think a little bit of a lack of depth, a few new players in the system. It's going to be interesting to see how they go. Like losing Mycheck, it might be a much of a muchness, but it could be big. Like you never know.
I've said it for years. I just couldn't get my... Like when he turns up, takes good grabs and kicks straight, he's great. But I just feel like he's just almost clogged up the forward line.
For sure. He's hard to pick, but I also think he did open up Jamie Elliott a lot last year to have a great season, which he did. So he played his part in a lot of roles, and he's hard to pick as a goal scorer. How many multis did we lose because you tried to put him in? But there's just, I think they got a little bit of a lack of depth in some key positions. They got some older guys, obviously, like they might not see the season out. This isn't to say they couldn't make finals because I think that they're the type of club that could.
Yep.
But they could also come like 10th to 12th, and I wouldn't be too shocked. So I think they're a bit of a slider. The other one I'm not super high on. It's Hawthorn. I haven't loved how they've looked in the preseason.
Okay.
I think their midfield is underdone. Midfield's so important. Yeah, they've got like some good forward line pieces, and defensively they got some good names. But if they can't match it in the middle, I think they could drop. They obviously made the 8 last year. They actually got to a prelim, I think, and then lost. They beat GWS and then lost to someone else. I think they could be a slider as well. So my two teams that I think could slide, Collingwood and Hawthorn.
Yeah, nice.
What do you reckon?
I mean, it's tricky for me because I watched a fair bit of Aussie rules over the weekend, and I know it's only trials and you can't buy into too much of the preseason hype, but like even contradicting a few of the things I said last week in regards to Hawthorn, they did look like shit, and I've got them in my top 4. But yeah, Collingwood would have to be the team I think is going to slide the most. And I know there's a few Collingwood fans listening to this at the moment. One with a bald head covered in tattoos and glasses. Not going to name names. He knows who he is, and thanks for listening. But unfortunately, I think your Collingwood Magpies are on the decline. And I don't like saying that because I quite like the Pies. But again, I feel like they've just been getting lucky with this aging list. Mm-hmm. They have got a lot of young talent there, but I don't think there's enough of it. Obviously, they're going to get carried for the next 20 years as long as we're alive with the Dacos boys, unless they go to Tasmania for fucking $8 million a year. But yeah, I just think, I mean, they look like shit on the weekend. I know I was on the VFL team, but I just think there's other clubs in the AFL at the moment with more talent and more promise than the Pies. Mm-hmm. And again, I wouldn't be surprised they finished top 4 last year.
No, I think I might have been 6th-ish somewhere.
Don't know, but they're not. I think they're going to miss the 8 this year, and that's going to be at least. I mean, different now with the fucking top 6 and the top 10. So bit tough in regards to that aspect. But yeah, Collingwood are definitely a team to keep the eye on in regard to declining for mine.
I like it. Let's talk round 1.
Yep.
Let's go upset alert. Who is your potential biggest upset for round 1?
Yes, so on the back of my most recent statement, I've got St Kilda. I reckon they're primed for an upset against the Pies. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a sellout at the G on Sunday. I'll be in attendance. I'm going to be probably trying to keep my distance between a certain Collingwood fan that I know very well. I just think that St Kilda are going to be full of hype. Malira is just on fire at the moment. I just think that
TDK looked good.
I know.
He looked good pre-season. Actually, you know who looked better? Rowan Marshall looked great. Honestly, he looked really good. Yep. I think he looks like he's going to spend a bit more time forward. And I kind of like it because he's a really good kick for goal. Like, he's a great set shot.
I swear they're just trying fucking everything at the moment. Hey, just trying to...
Yeah, I suppose you got
Rossi
right?
line, just trying to, keep everyone guessing for round one. But, I mean, Collingwood look... they haven't even played a full preseason. So, Collingwood players are going to be underdone. Mm-hmm. Obviously, they're training and doing injuries. Clubs.
Darcy Moore gone. Right. Howe, I think, is out
to
an
extent, they're going to be fit and ready to go. But as a playing group against another club at full strength, they haven't. And St Kilda have been and playing well.
Yep.
I think they're going to roll off the back of a good preseason. A lot of hype around their team. I don't know how they're going to go for the whole year. I don't back them for the whole year, but I just think round one always upsets on the cards. I think St Kilda might get the jump on Collingwood in a close game this week.
Yeah, I don't mind it either. I'm just looking at the odds now. It's actually a pick 'em.
Is it?
It's actually a pick 'em.
Yeah, the punters agree with the triple sport.
Which is probably right. I'm thinking if Marshall goes forward, I'm not really sure who goes to him. Like, maybe it's a Frampton, but he's undersized. Marshall could... I think I might be on Marshall to kick a couple this week because if he goes forward, you got no Darcy Moore.
Yep.
Who steps up?
Yep.
Coxie's not there anymore to match him for size. Mm-hmm. He might be the lone one that gets a fucking bit of a target in for St Kilda. So I like the look of Marshall.
And you're notably and historically a St Kilda hater.
I despise him as a club.
And I'm a Pies lover. So the fact that we both come out in round one means that we can't both be just throwing up hoodlums. I think we're on the right track.
No, I'm with you. I despise St Kilda more so Ross Lyon than anything. But I like him this week. If I was to pick another one that I think has a little bit of value. It's either GWS or the Western Bulldogs, to be honest. Like, GWS look like they're paying $2.41 against Hawthorn at home, which is pretty insane given how Hawthorn have looked. Obviously, the Tom Green news and a few injuries is a bit of a dilemma there, but I think GWS has potential to look pretty good value.
Yep.
And Doggies look good in preseason too. They look like they're firing. Maybe they could catch an underdone Brizzy early in the season, but I think them less so because they're at the Gabba. So I think GWS and St Kilda look like really nice value plays this week.
Love that. Alrighty, so if you've just fallen asleep for the last 5 minutes, Frank and I, round one upset alerts. I've got the St Kilda Saints upsetting the underdone Collingwood Magpies at the Full House MCG. Just look right for the picking. St Kilda get the jump on them, and Frank's taking the Dogs.
I'll go GWS.
You're going to go the GWS?
GWS. Okay, I'll go GWS, Yep. As mine. Now, let's quickly run through the rest of the games. We'll rapid fire these out.
Sure.
Sydney Swans versus Carlton.
Swannies.
Swans for me also. Gold Coast Suns Geelong in Gold Coast.
Gold Coast.
Yeah, I think that's a tough one as well. It's a good match. I'll go Gold Coast at home.
Yep, Gold Coast hard to beat at home.
GWS Hawthorn at GWS.
Injuries scare me, and it'll probably be a fucking messy slugfest, but I think Hogan kicks 6 and they get the jump on Hawthorn.
I like it. I'm with you. I think Clary carries him in the middle, and I think Cadman and Hogan... I think Cadman and Hogan are going to shine, so $2.41, great value for mine.
Me too.
Brizzy Lions, Western Bulldogs.
Brizzy, no question. Sorry, Frank.
That's okay. I'll go the Lions too, but I think it'll be pretty competitive. Doggies normally turn up. And obviously St Kilda versus Collingwood, we both like St Kilda.
Yeah.
So that is the opening round.
A couple upsets there from us.
Yeah, I like it. I think you can get some value early. Now, let's quickly, before we get out of here, I want to touch on 2 things. Yep. I've been looking at the Brownlow this week, getting some futures out there. There's 3 people that I think, they're not roughies because they're always in the mix, but there's 3 that I like the look of this year. Mm-hmm. Now, one is probably going to be on everyone's lips. It's Nazaya Wanganeen Millera. I don't know what anyone's paying here, so I'm not saying any dollar figures or anything.
Yep.
But I think he has the potential to just steal votes every single week.
Absolutely.
And look great. So I think he's going to go very, very deep. Obviously, the what are they called? The umpires are going to have access to stats this year, which is interesting. Should shake up things a bit. I think another one is Jordan Dawson. I think if the Adelaide Crows go well...
He is the legit definition of a Brownlow winning player, Jordan Dawson.
I agree. I think he's a gun.
Skipper... Lees well.
Massive disposals, kicks goals.
If I played for Adelaide, it would be the best feeling having him as your skipper. He just fucking does everything. He takes high contested grabs against tall, strong players.
Yep.
Doesn't miss targets.
Kicks winning
goals.
Yep.
He's clutch. Doesn't give away free kicks.
Yep.
Just everything you'd want in a captain. He's a fucking... I would beg.
I wish he never left the Swannies.
I wish he never left the Swannies.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there wasn't much we could do there. But I think Jordan Dawson is a massive chance to win the Brownlow this year.
Yep.
The other one I really like is Caleb Sarong.
Yep.
I think the only issue with him is that he's got, Brayshaws and those guys around him. But I think this is a year he really fucking dominates. Mm-hmm. And if people are expecting Freo to be really, really good this year, if they can go top 4 to top 6, I think Sarong is going to be in there. I think he was like... between 5th and 10th last year somewhere. I can't remember exactly.
Yep.
I think he could be top 3 this year.
Love that.
If Freo go well. So Sarong, Dawson, Nazai, there's some early Brownlow picks.
Yep.
You got anyone you've been looking at?
I do. And your list is going to prove my point correct. He's the most disrespected player in the AFL. Nick Dacos isn't even in your list. On the Collingwood to be on the decline, he'll be the one player that doesn't. He'll turn up every week. This is what I'm talking about. He gets tagged every single week and still comes out, gets 30 to 35, kicks important goals. Blokes like Nasiah doesn't get an opponent. Every single week he runs rabid. He kicked 4 goals on the weekend, but guess who was playing on him? Fucking Daylight. No one plays on him. I reckon if they start putting people on Nasiah and actually tagging him and defending him, he's still a great player and he's still going to do well, but let's see how he likes it. Dacos gets bashed around and still just does everything. There's moments where you go and watch him play footy and he does something, spin, hit, handball, get it back, kick it
free kick Dacos.
A man on it, gets a couple free kicks. But he still hasn't won a Brownlow. But I reckon that's because he was the clear Brownlow winner for mine last year. I don't know how Raul did it. Again, that's why I think there's rules being changed, probably to get Dacos his Brownlow.
Yeah.
But I think that Nick Dacos is disrespected from everyone in the AFL and is definitely up there for the Brownlow. I don't know what his odds are either. I'd imagine he'd be top 5.
That's why I didn't name him. He's top 2. He's top 2. I guarantee
and rightfully
he's top 2.
Him and Dawson, I'd imagine?
No, yeah, maybe. I don't actually know what the markets are, but if he was below top 3, I'll be shocked. I don't think he's disrespected at all, to be honest.
I think he is 100%.
I think everyone fully respects him.
But no one talks like everyone's talking about.
I don't know about
Malira.
I don't know about that. I feel like Nicky gets as much coverage as anyone.
I think he's
maybe not the start.
Disrespected, maybe. But let's talk other teams' fan base. No one loves him except you're a Collingwood fan.
Yeah,
that's a sign of you being a good player.
But I think everyone respects him. Everyone knows he's so good.
I don't know. I reckon he's not getting the.
We'll see. I don't know. It's an interesting debate. I definitely don't think disrespected is the word, but I see what you're getting at. I just think he'll be top 2. So why even mention him for the Brownlow? You got any Coleman medal thoughts?
I've said Jesse Hogan all year.
Yeah.
But the amount of injuries they've got to that midfield, like Callahan question marks, Tom Green obviously out ACL injury, but I still think he's going to kick a lot of goals. I don't want to say Curnow. He should kick 60, 70 goals at Sydney. Honestly, I'm just going to say Jesse Hogan because I don't want to say Charlie Curnow. Just because history is there to say he's going to kick a lot of goals. I think Giants will do well.
I had a look at the list. I think it was yesterday, day before. So last year, obviously, Jezza won it. He was on about 82 or something like that. And then the next below was Ben King. I think he was high 60s, 69, 68, somewhere there. So there's a bit of a gap, but you got to remember, Jezza had those 2 games where he kicked 10, 11, whatever it was.
Plus Jezza's missing a couple of games at the start of the year.
100%. He could be.
It's up for grabs.
He's the best. He's definitely the best bet for the Coleman just because he can kick many in a game.
Remember last year when we'd had bets on him and he'd be fucking lining up at the wing?
Yeah, he plays on wing from time.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Chris Scott has that shit in him where he just
that's why Brad Scott's not a good coach. Literally, they're both fucking batshit crazy.
But I recken Ben King is probably going to be top 2 again.
Of course, no brainer if he's fit.
Yeah, if he's fit, I think the delivery. The only thing is will Jamara impact and take goals off him?
Yep,
probably. But if Gold Coast go deep, I can't see him not kicking 60, 70 goals.
Okay,
I'd like to say Curnow as well, but I think Ben King might be the one. Other than that, I want to talk about one thing, and I watched it yesterday. KO Rivals. Have you watched it?
No, I saw the ads for it and just thought, fuck,
it is amazing.
What?
It's sick. Bro, they used to have it on, this was years and years ago. I can't even remember what it was called, but it was on free to air.
It's got that Port Adelaide TikTok chick, hey? The big tall blonde-haired girl.
I don't know who she was, but there was
Matilda something.
She was there. She's an AFL player.
She was there?
Yeah.
She plays for Port Adelaide.
I didn't know
AFLW, and she makes a fuckload of dancing TikToks.
Yeah, right. I didn't know who she was, but it reminded me of there was a series years and years ago where they did this same thing, but they did it with one player.
Yeah.
So they would have they had V8 supercars people. They had AFL, they had NRL, they had all these different sporting codes, and they would put them. Billy Slater was in it, I remember, and they put him into tests, and they tested agility, reaction time, all different athletic abilities, and they would see who was the number one. I can't remember who was winning it, but that's what they've done here with the NRL, with the KO Rivals. So they've got the NRL team, which is Josh Adokar and Reece Walsh.
Yep.
And then 2 girls, so I can't remember who they are. Jamie Chapman's one of them, and then another one.
Sexist.
Maybe. And then you had the AFL, which was Pendles and Will Ashcroft.
Yep, and Matilda.
And that one, and can't remember the other one. Sorry, boys and girls. And then they had Rugby Union, who they had Joseph Suwali, and they got this other guy who I don't know, so not sexist. And I don't know who the 2 girls were, so maybe sexist again.
People watch rugby.
And
all 6 rugby fans are like, fuck yeah, some TV time.
So episode 1, should I spoil it for you?
Absolutely.
So like I said, they do different tests. They do agility. They do...
Is the whole season out?
No.
Okay.
Just episode 1.
I love it when they just leak it out slowly.
Yeah, I watch it on YouTube.
Maybe don't spoil it for me then.
So I'll tell you what the first one is, right? It's, what is it? It's athletic endurance or something like that. And so they
AFL,
have a ring, and they have to run around this ring, and then they're carrying a 20-kilo thing, each of them, all 4 of them. They're tied together. And so they run around this thing, and it goes until someone gets touched, right? So it tests endurance, it tests all that sort of stuff. And then as they go, they have to pick up another 20 kilo and stuff like that. So you would think the AFL guys would win. But I thought NRL would be pretty competitive. Anyway, you can go and watch it. I just want to say shout out to KO Rivals. I really enjoy that shit. I love it. I'm curious to see what the rest of the season looks like. I'll tell you this. Josh Adokar and Reece Walsh, they live up to the NRL title to a T. Yeah. Great athletes, dumb as rocks.
I was going to say, when's the challenge when they go on Mad Monday and snort drugs and fucking punch people? Yeah.
Honestly, just wait till you watch the episode because...
Imagine how good they're going to be at the fucking doing a line of coke challenge.
The stereotypes are hilarious because they're so right. Like, you'll see it, Adokar and Reece Walsh, they're trying to talk strategy and they're just dumb as rocks. They're so athletic and they're athletic as the AFL guys. They just have no brains.
But they are the perfect 2 blokes for NRL, like happy and bubbly personalities. They're funny and like you said, you'd get around them.
Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see I'm curious to see the short endurance, like the explosive challenges, because that's where the NRL will be really good. But I think Suwali could upset a lot of people. He's one of the most athletic athletes I've ever seen in my life.
True,
like across the board.
But wait till that. This is what I mean. There's 2 things I'm taking away from this. Number 1, we'll go Suwali. If he does the Mr. Beast challenge, he'd fucking be first one in the cave. As soon as he sees money in a fucking glass box, he'll take it and run for it. Right, and as soon as they do a staying sober challenge, the NRL boys will be fucking just like this, shakes after one game, they'll be like, fuck. But no, okay, cool. KO Rivals, put that in the to-do list.
Highly recommend it. NRL, AFL Rugby Union, it's awesome. I'm curious to see how it develops, but I think it's a great, promising series.
That. Alrighty.
Now that sums up the podcast for the week.
Yep.
I'm excited. It's opening round. It's the rest of round 1. Anything you want to sign off with? I'm bricked the fuck up.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Like I said, NRL takeaway, not so much. I think we've touched on it. Look, I think to stay tuned throughout the week on socials. Frank and I might do a little bit of a collaborative punt for all you at home begging for some extra cash. Obviously, next week's episode we'll be able to sort of review both codes and
our takes, maybe
the takes and probably the headlines coming out of both codes, maybe something else. But we'll try and work on some potential segment ideas, maybe run a few back, reopen up the famous hotline.
Yeah, love that.
Stuff like that. But if you've stayed with us for this long, we appreciate all the feedback and stuff on socials. Stay tuned.
Like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at Dribble Sport. That's the important stuff. Rate us on Spotify if you haven't. 5 stars, as always. Other than that, we love you. We'll see you next round. Let's make some fucking money. Boom.